If you're new to the Samsung Galaxy S23, you have come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to go over a ton of amazing tips and tricks and hidden features to help you really enjoy this phone. And I guarantee you, you are not going to know everything I'm going to cover. So watch this video all the way to the end and let's get into it. Welcome back to another video. I'm your tech guide, Wayne. Today I want to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks and hidden features on the Samsung Galaxy S23. This phone does so much, and I'm only going to graze the surface today, and I just want to show you some of my favorite tips and tricks, things that I use every day. So let's get right into it. Our first hidden feature is going to be how to run two apps at one time, known as multitasking. So I want to have YouTube at the top of the screen and I want to have Google Chrome at the bottom of the screen. To do this, I'm going to first go to the YouTube app and I want to open it up, and then I want to hit the home button and I want to find my Google Chrome app, open that up, and then I want to close that. Now I want to tap on the recent apps button in the left corner here, and I'm going to slide over to YouTube. I'm going to tap on the icon right above YouTube, which is the YouTube icon, and tap on open in split screen view. And then I want to come down here and tap on the Chrome icon, and just that easy, I now have two apps open at the same time. Now guess what? I can tap on this video here, and this video is going to start playing in full screen, and at the bottom here I can be reading these articles here while I'm watching the video. Sometimes you want to listen to a video while you're doing something else. Maybe you're waiting for a piece of information, or you're kind of half listening to it, half doing something else. I love to multitask, so this is very common for me to have a video at the top while I'm doing something else at the bottom. You could be sending a text message, you could be looking through photos, you could be doing so many things simultaneously, and this is using what is called, again, split screen. Now, there are three dots in the center of the screen here. Take your finger, put it on the three dots, and simply drag down, and that's going to take you out of the split screen. So that's one way to multitask. Now, another way to multitask is simply open up a video app. This works for most video apps, and I primarily use it with YouTube. While the video is playing, hit the home button. The video will continue to play in a pop-out screen that you can move to any section of the screen. And guess what? If I want to go to Chrome now and look at Chrome in a full-size window, I can do that, because this video is going to continue to play in this little pop-up screen. This is called pop-out video. And when I'm done, I can simply tap on that video. I can pause it. I can go back to full screen, or I can just simply hit the home button and close it out. Now, one thing I want to point out really quickly is if the video is paused and you hit the home button, it's not going to open up in that pop-out video. It only does that if the video is playing. So it's playing right now. I'm going to hit the home button. You're going to continue to see that video in that pop-out screen. So important distinction to note. Now, for our next tip, I want to show you how to keep your screen on longer. The phone, most of these phones out of the box are set to go off every 15 seconds if you don't touch the screen, which can be super frustrating. So we're going to go to the settings. Now on your phone, you can swipe up and swipe over to settings. I have a shortcut for settings at the bottom here, so I'm going to tap on that settings wheel, and I want to go to the display section of the settings, and I'm going to swipe up and go to screen timeout. Now I already have mine changed to 2 minutes. Again, most S23s will be set to either 15 seconds or 30 seconds, meaning if you don't touch the screen after those seconds, it starts to dim. So I like to set mine to either 1 minute or 2 minutes, so I have more time to read what's on the screen without the screen going dim. So really easy tweak that'll keep your screen on longer and lower your frustration. Now, the next hidden feature I want to show you is something called Dex. Now, Dex is a really cool hidden software feature that a lot of people just don't know about. And basically, you can take your S23 and you can turn it into a full desktop computer. That's right, a full desktop computer. So to do this, you'll need a couple of things. First, we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen. I'm going to swipe down again, swipe to the left, and there is a menu option that's called Decks. Now when you tap on Decks, it will trigger this special mode that will open up a desktop view. Now there's a couple of things that also have to happen. So first you tap on this Decks button here. Now right next to me I have what is called the Lapdock X14. This is actually a laptop that is specifically designed to take advantage of the Decks feature. By turning on Samsung Decks from my phone to the Lapdock X14, I can turn my S23 into a full desktop computer. Now I can work a lot more productively on the go with all my files. All the files are on my phone. Guess what? I have access to them now on this computer, and I can also enjoy all those apps just on a bigger screen with a keyboard and with a trackpad. It also gives you a large screen to enjoy videos like your Netflix app, YouTube app, all those things on the go. So yeah, check that out. This thing is awesome. Now moving on to our next tip, I want to show you how to launch your camera from any screen, even if your phone is off. That's right, never miss an important moment simply by double tapping on your power button. Watch this. Just tap the power button twice. Oh, there we go. It'll automatically take you to your camera. This is called the quick launch camera feature. So again, if the phone is off or it's asleep and you double tap, it'll automatically wake up the phone and take you right to the camera. Now this also works if you're in another app. Maybe you're on Google Chrome, you're reading an article, your kid does something cute. Hey, double tap that power button. It'll take you out of Chrome and right to the camera so you don't miss any of those important moments. Now, for some of you, you might say, oh, that's cool, but I don't take a ton of pictures. I don't care too much about that. Well, guess what? I have something for you as well. So if you're someone who says, hey, I would rather that double tap be able to launch a different app for me other than the camera, well, let me show you how to do that. You're going to swipe down, or excuse me, you're going to hold down on your power button for 1 second. It's going to launch this screen. Tap on side key settings. And from here, where it says double tap, we're going to change this from open or quick launch camera to open app. And now it's going to bring up our app drawer and allow us to select any app to launch when we use that double tap. So for you guys that are like addicted to Amazon, hey, make it your Amazon app. For those of you that love TikTok, guess what? You could make it automatically launch TikTok simply by double tapping on that button. Let's find the TikTok app. In fact, honestly, yep, there we go. Okay, tap on TikTok. Now, every time I double tap that power button, it's gonna launch TikTok. So super cool. You can do what's called remap the button, and now that button will work for anything that you would like. Whatever app makes more sense for you, go ahead and make that the app. Now, moving on to our next tip. There is a feature on the S23 that is called the App Edge, and it allows you to have shortcuts to the apps that you use the most. And if you notice on the side here, there's a little clear handle that when you swipe over on this handle, it brings up a list of apps. Now these are the apps that I have selected to be my shortcut apps because they're the apps I use the most and I want to have access to the fastest. So for example, we have the August, which is one of my smart locks at home, my Bible app, my calculator, my alarm clock, my chess app, Instagram, Google Keep. These are apps I use a lot, and so I want to have access to them quickly. And guess what? With what is called the App Edge, I simply swipe over, and now I can have these apps at my fingertips to be able to launch them quickly. Now, if you tap on this pencil at the bottom of the screen here, you can actually change out the apps that are on this menu. So I can hit the little minus, the red minus in the corner of these apps. That one will go away, and then I can say, you know what? I want to have my B of A app here right now, or I want to have my Blink app over here. You can change it out. You can add a whole nother row of apps. It gives you a lot of space to just have access to those most important apps. And that's not all. When I swipe again, and it's showing what is called, this is the App Edge. if I swipe over again, it will now move over to what is called the People Edge. And what the People Edge is you can actually add your contacts along this list. So all you have to do is tap on the picture, and guess what? I can call my friend Ricky, or I can send him a text message simply by tapping that. So it's a shortcut to your most important contacts. So tapping on the edit button will allow you to go in and add some of your contacts. Super easy. Now, that is not all. When I swipe over again, on your phone, you're not going to find anything. But on my phone, I've actually downloaded additional edges, was what they are called. And so I have this edge that actually mirrors what you'll find at the top of the screen. All of these little switches here, I have them set on the side. So I don't have to, when I'm holding the phone in one hand, I don't have to reach all the way up to swipe down. All I've got to do is just swipe to the left, and I can now have access to my brightness, for example, or my flashlight, or my power off button, Wi-Fi. All these different things are now at my fingertips, just that easy. So I want to show you where to go if you want to download more of these edge panels, because they're super useful. But real quick, before I show you that, bump that like button. I totally appreciate it. It definitely helps us out, and it helps the video to reach a lot more people. So do us that favor. We totally appreciate it. Okay. So if we want to download more of these edge panels, we're going to swipe over. There's a little settings wheel right here. It's kind of hard to see. Let me try it again here. Swipe over, settings wheel. Now that little wheel is going to take you to this screen, which shows you all of your panels. So your app edge, people edge, control panel is one I've downloaded. And there's a bunch of other stock edges you can choose from, like a weather option here. This one has tasks, so you can have it launch like a call, a voice memo, a note. There's just a ton. So I would tell you, look through here and see which ones stand out to you the most. This one's cool too. It actually shows you your clipboards. You can see anything you've copied. If you tap on Galaxy Store, it'll take you to the specific section of the Galaxy Store where they only show you edge panels. So now you can go through and you can download more of these cool edge panels. This is the one I have. It's called Control Center. Highly encourage you to download this one. It works so great. And as you swipe over, you'll find some other really awesome ones to take advantage of. They have a little calculator that's pretty cool. So definitely check that out. By the way, I just want to take a quick moment and I want to show you the case that I've been using since I purchased my S23, which is the Mouse Bamboo MagSafe case. Now this case is super awesome. It looks so clean, and man, it's got this grip around the sides here that make it so easy for holding. I've dropped it a couple of times. I have kids, and so you pass your phone to your kids and they drop it, but it has done a great job protecting my phone. And there's a really cool desk dock that you can use with this from Mouse that will allow you to basically dock your phone right on it. It will wireless charge for you because, again, the back has MagSafe. And you can even rotate your phone in the landscape position. So I love to use it for like watching videos at my desk while I'm working. Or when I'm on a video call, I can have it on the dock and be charging while I'm watching a video or on that video call. So super cool. I want to take a minute and just show you that because, you know, if I'm using something that's helpful for me, I want to share it with you guys in case it's something you guys might like and it might help you. So I'll have a link below in the description of where you can get more information on that. And if you want to buy one, hey, go for it. For the next tip, I want to show you the device care section of your phone, which is super important. So let's tap on this. Let's go to the settings. And we're going to go up to battery and device care section. Now, if you notice your phone starting to run slow, or, you know, the internet being slow or just being glitchy, you'll want to come over to the device care section and you'll want to run an optimize. Now, this will check the phone to see if there's anything that's running in the background that's slowing your phone down. Maybe you have too many apps open. It just does a full diagnostic to see what is the state of your phone. Is there anything that can be done to speed it up? And it always finds a couple of things that it can turn off, which helps. And it's just a way to give your phone a quick boost. Now, If I hit the home button here, if I hold down on the home screen and go to widgets, there is actually a device care widget that you can use. So under device care, you can do a simple optimize button like this, or something more elaborate like this, which actually shows you how much storage you have and how much memory is being used. I tend to use just this one, so if you just hold down on that first button there, you can just drop it anywhere on your screen. And now I just tap it and it will do a quick optimize. So what I just did when I went over to settings and tapped on optimize, now I have a shortcut button on the home screen that's going to help me quickly diagnose the phone to see if there's anything that's running that might be causing my phone to slow down. So highly encourage you to do that. The next tip, which to me is a super important tip, this is going to be the emergency mode. Now, a lot of people don't use this because they don't know what it is. And if you notice, when you hold on the power button, it'll show you emergency call. And guess what? Everyone's sort of afraid to touch that because they don't want to trigger an emergency call. But let me show you exactly what it does. So if we tap on this, it doesn't immediately call someone. It takes you to your emergency section of the phone. And there's a few important things in here that you'll want to be aware of. So first, you can program emergency numbers in the phone, which would be it'll show you some people to call. So it'll look at your area and then it'll show you, hey, this is how you get to the fire department. This is how you get to Mountain Rescue, Coast Guard. You can trigger a call to any of these important numbers. Now, also, if you tap on view medical information, here you can add in some very specific information about maybe conditions that you have. Like in the event that you were to pass out and maybe, or you're feeling faint, or you're having an episode of a condition and you know it's coming and you're not going to be able to have time to explain to someone what's happening, you can simply hold down the power button, tap on emergency call, and then tap on view medical information. And if you pass out, what's going to happen is on the screen it will show any specific notes that you've added. So let me show you how to add the notes and how to set up your emergency contact in the event that this were to happen. So let's go home, settings, and there's a section that's called safety and emergency. And first we're going to tap on emergency info. And here you can put your name, medical conditions, allergies, current medications you're taking, blood type. I mean, it's a very extensive list. So when you tap on emergency call and you go to medical info, all this information will display on the screen. And if you think about it, it's going to make it easier for a medical person to be able to care for you properly because they have all the context about what your condition is. So if you have, honestly, I would say anyone should set this up because you just never know what situation you might be in. And if the one thing you can do before you were to faint is simply go to medical information and have that open on your phone and it has your name, now that helps that person care for you so much better. So take a minute on your phone and make sure you set up all this information. And on the next screen here, you can set up your emergency contacts. So you can add people to show up on the lock screen. So if you tap on that emergency call and you trigger that, so here it says emergency contacts are people you trust to help you in the event of an emergency. They'll be contacted if you start emergency sharing. You can also show them on the lock screen for quick access in an emergency. So again, you're going to add these emergency contacts and they're going to get triggered a call if you turn on the emergency mode, and their information is going to show up on your lock screen. So just even more things to set up in the event of an emergency. Someone knows how to care for you and who to contact to be able to let them know how you're doing. So I encourage you to go through this section and set up all the options here. This is the emergency sharing option here. You will need to open it one time. You'll need to hit continue, and you'll need to basically add in the emergency contacts and have it fully set up. So if you trigger it, it's good to go. The contacts have to be there. Everything has to be set up and ready. So if the emergency happens, like you're not trying to set it up in that moment. All right. So dig deep on that. Super important. I spent a lot of time on that, but I think it's just an important thing to go over. All right. And the next thing I want to show you is the Samsung smart remote feature. Now, if you took a look at my shortcut apps here on my app Edge, you'll find this app, which is the one app I didn't talk about. This is the Samsung Smart Things app. And this app basically allows you to control your Samsung devices. Now, I have a Samsung robot vacuum, I have a Samsung monitor, and I have a Samsung TV. And so I love this app. I use it almost every single day because it allows me to be able to turn my TV on, change the channel. I have an Apple TV connected to my Samsung Smart TV. I'm able to control my Apple TV using this remote. I simply tap it. I can turn the TV on using this, and I can access a full remote control once the TV is on. So this is just a super cool app that you definitely need to download. Again, actually it comes installed on your phone already. It's called Smart Things. And hopefully by the time you watch this, they haven't changed the name, because Samsung is notorious for just changing the name of their apps. But it's a really great app, and it just allows you to control your TV right from your phone. I have kids. We lose the darn remote all the time. So this app is so great because even if the remote is lost, we can still turn on the TV and still enjoy our entertainment. So definitely wanted to include some time in this app. You need to be using it if you have a Samsung TV. And if you don't have a Samsung TV, the next TV you buy needs to be a Samsung TV because they are amazing and they allow you to do so many cool things. Now, the next thing I wanted to share really quickly is just an important tip. To make sure you do not use cheap chargers on this phone. This is a very expensive flagship phone, and it supports fast charging, and you don't want to use cheap chargers. So I just want to show you real quick 2 chargers that I recommend. They're both by the company Anker. The first one is going to be the Anker Nano charger, and it's very small, compact. It's a really good price. It's around 20 bucks. It'll work with the USB cable in the box, the Type-C cable, which nobody likes. It'll work with that. So it's, again, small, really compact, and it does support the fast charging. So definitely check out one of those. I'll have a link in the description. This other charger is going to be the upgraded version of that Nano charger, and it actually has a Type-C port, and it has a full USB port, so you can charge your phone and charge one of your other devices at the same time. I usually will charge my phone, and I'll charge my Bluetooth headphones. By the way, since we're mentioning headphones, these are the Samsung Buds 2. And they're a great pair of headphones to use with this phone if you don't already have any. They do support noise cancellation. They sound great. They're small. They fit pretty great in my ear, and I've had a great experience with them. So check out those. Obviously, I'll leave links in the description for all of the products that I talked about. I thought it was important in doing this tips and tricks video to weave in some of these awesome products that I've been using, because I use them for a reason, because they're cool and they just really enhance this phone and my experience with the phone. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time in this video recommending some of these other really cool accessories to go with this phone. So anyway, guys, we have reached the end. I hope you found this video helpful. If it was, and if you haven't already done so, hit that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. And also, obviously, I only graze the surface in terms of tips. What I would love you to do is 2 things. Tell me what tip that you like that I mentioned in this video, and also share with us a cool tip that you like, that you use on your S23. I love to see your tips in the comment section down below, and if we get enough people that will respond, I will make a follow-up video, and it will be featuring all of your comments and all of your favorite tips in using this phone. So I'd love to be able to do that. Leave those comments down below, and thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.